Hi guys, it's Shauna. You might not be surprised to hear that I'm checking in today because I want to talk about love. I've been driving around with my windows open, so I'm looking a little windblown, I know. And it's amazing and it's beautiful and warm. But I wanted to come in and say hi and share a couple of things that have been coming up for me, and I'm sure all of us, because everybody is feeling so isolated and lonely and weird, and there's fear and there's sadness and so many things, but also, of course, gratitude and all the things that I normally feel every day. But there's something about my purpose here on this planet of sharing love with you guys, because I have discovered that's what I am, and you are too. But just a couple of experiences of that recently, actually many experiences, but a couple that I wanted to share that may be helpful to somebody. So that's why I'm coming in here today. So grateful to be alive and to have eyes to see all the beauty around me and have friends that are so loving. And that's kind of what I wanted to share about today. So where shall I start? I was on a thread, okay, a business thread, and somebody on that thread said that they accidentally hung up with a client and said, "Love you," and they were mortified. They were embarrassed by the fact that they had done this, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, how embarrassing!" And I came on the thread and I was like, but what's wrong with that? I get love and hearts from my clients all the time and my colleagues at work all the time. And then I realized how exceptional that is, and that shouldn't be exceptional, that we are humans and we need to love each other. And I keep driving this point home because, guys, love is so important. It's what we are. It's what we're here to share with each other. It's what we're made out of. We're made out of love. And all of your stories and your patterns have obscured this over the years. And if you look back, as I've said before in other videos, to when you were a little kid, all you ever wanted was love. Every coping mechanism you have, every defense mechanism, everything that you have that's a pattern that you run that causes you pain or blocks you from feeling what's in your heart was created and embedded in you when you were a little kid to stop you from getting hurt again. But all you ever were was an open-hearted, loving human being. And that gets obscured with layers and layers and layers of patterns and beliefs over the years, right? So I've spent so much time releasing those patterns that I'm just love. I just know what I am, and so I go around being that, and that's what dances through me. Life, it's just lifing, dancing through me, smiling through me, and I get lots of feedback about that and how it brings light into people's lives and love, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can be that in this world. But the thing is, that's not me. We're all that. We are all that. Just today I was talking to a colleague, and this is one of the stories I wanted to share. You know who you are. A gentleman that I work with, and we do the same job sometimes, so we connect on that level. And he said to me, he came into the office to see me a couple weeks ago, and he was just standing there and he was looking at me and he said, "I want what you have, that energy that you have. I can feel it from you, but I don't feel it inside." It breaks my heart to hear that. When I heard that from him. And so I said, "But you are that. You're this too. You're what the answer," he said, how do you get what you have?" And the answer, which I said to him at that time, is not what you think it is. You can't get it. It's not a personal development, achievement, or accomplishment. It's in fact the opposite. It's knowing what you really are. It's recognizing what you really are. It's being in your heart and being present to the life force that is lifing through you. It's not you. It's not me. It has nothing to do with Shauna, the personality. It's just love. which is all that's real. Nature is made out of it. Everything we are is at the core love. light, presence, consciousness, unity, beauty, joy. Those aren't feelings. They aren't things you can accomplish. They are what you are made of when you release everything else that you think that you are, but you are not. And so I gave this gentleman, he just said, I said, like, I feel like when I try and explain this to people, we're almost speaking a different language. Like, I'm speaking English, but it sounds like gibberish until you experientially feel this and know this. And so I shared with him a couple of resources that I felt would be good for him. And he has written me back a couple of times and said, oh my God, it's changing everything I think I know about myself. My heart is just aching thinking about it with joy because, sorry guys. Anyway, because I can see this awakening in this amazing human being, and you're just like, holy smokes, it is not easy. It is not easy to look at your patterns and the things that you've been running, the stories, the beliefs, the behavioral patterns. It sucks. It sucks at times. It's painful. It's deep inner work, and only you can do it. But when you do, and you release what you are not, you become the love that you are. And when you do that, you can share it with other people. And that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for, to remind each other what we are. So that's what I'm here for. I know this now, to share with you. And then you can go out and share it with everybody else, because I'm just laughing at my hair, but it doesn't matter. When we know what we are and we just radiate that out, it automatically reminds other people who they are. So a couple of the other examples I wanted to share was, I had given up a condo in Toronto in the fall, and I went back to see my concierge, who I've had many conversations with over the years that I lived there. And I went for a run, and I went and I was just stretching outside the building, and I was looking up at the sun, and I was feeling so grateful. And then I went inside, and the moment, like the look on his face, just this concierge that I used to know, and he just lit up, and he was like, I thought that was you. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for coming to see me. And just recognizing that little bit of love and connection that I brought into his life is so important. It just made my heart so happy to know that just that little connection meant so much to somebody. And that happens to me all day, every day, even with people that I just meet in a grocery store or whatever. I mean, I end up hugging people because I just have these conversations, but it's just because I'm present and I'm just love to them. And so they can feel that. And we have to remember how isolated everyone's feeling and how lonely everyone's feeling, and keep that in mind and just give our best, give our love to everybody. The person on that thread that I started talking about, who was saying I love you by accident to their client, and once I actually responded on that thread, and I was like, that happens to me all the time. You guys, you don't need to separate. Yes, you need to be professional, but you do not need to separate love and business. We are human first. We are love. We need love. Everybody needs to be seen. Everybody needs to be loved. My client the other day, I sent her a little voice message, and she sent me back these heart. She's like, thank you. I love your voice messages. Your energy's so amazing. And it just made my day. Like, all I did was say, oh, you know, something about your bathroom they need to fix. And it made her day. And it's not me. It's love. It's making her feel seen and loved and not alone. There's just something to that. I don't know if I'm explaining it or articulating it well, but it's what I'm here for, and it's what we are. And if we have a hope of healing ourselves, each other, and this planet that we are so blessed to share, we must each do this inner work to get to this place so we can share it with each other and move forward in a really, really healthy way. Stop watching Netflix. Do your work. Heal yourself, connect with each other, and let's be alive and enjoy and be lifing, and let life through us while we are here till our dying breath. That's all for today. I love you.